It's Disneyland construction update time. Big news from San Fransokyo. Walls up at the French Market. And look at these rooms at the DVC Tower at the Disneyland Hotel. All this and more coming up next on Fresh Bake. We're starting here at the San Fransokyo Bridge. I was going to talk about the bridge, etc. But lo and behold, we're blessed with actual painting. The bridge, as we speak, as I film this, the bridge is being turned into the new red color. I don't know what shade of red it is, but I don't know if it's Golden Gate red or what, but they're actively doing that right this minute, which is kind of neat. I don't know how long it takes, but I should expect that this thing will be red in no time at all. And we're leading here because not only do we have updates for you from San Fransokyo and progress on the bridge, which we're going to show you some more of that here in a second, but Disney has also confirmed that we have a date, or at least a season, scheduled for San Fransokyo. San Fransokyo Square, as it turns out. I don't know what's square about this place, why they thought it was a square. It doesn't feel like a square to me. But anyway, San Fransokyo Square is going to be opening in the summer of 2023. That's just a few months from now. And that, for me, that's news by itself, because it does suggest, again, not that I thought it was going to be anything major, but it does suggest that short timeline suggests that this is not a big deal. It's mostly just the bridge. It's the bridge, and then whatever it is they're doing with the Baymax meet and greet, taking out the brewery truck, and then putting out that shingle. And that's it. They're not going to do anything in terms of refurbishing that part of Pacific Wharf, San Fransokyo Square. So just a few months from now, we're going to be able to enjoy a walk across that bridge. Let's take a look and see what else that they've done since we were here last. And right off the bat, you can see that those 4 pillars that we've been watching them construct, the concrete has been finished. Whatever forms they were setting up are complete. You can see how they've dug it out and buried it deep underground there as well. And those are going to be the eventual supports for the little Lego pieces that are going to add on top of this bridge and give it that bigger, fuller look and feel. Obviously, you cannot enter the bridge from here, but they've got some fun little signs up. These aren't like just regular, or they're making them look like the legit signs from the San Fransokyo Public Works Department. That's fun. I enjoy that. I'm not seeing a lot in the little staging areas around the bridge, though. I'm not sure what's under those tarps on this side or the other. Though again, not expecting much. We should, though, expect them to start working soon on this, on the little seating area right here in front of it. They're going to be putting up a new sign that says, San Fransokyo Square right here. And that's going to be lit up in neon, so that'll look really nice at night. Presently, the only way in to the Pacific Wharf is from the backside here, the bakery tour side. This is the only way in or out. That's created quite a little traffic situation here in the Pacific Wharf, a place where you don't normally see this amount of traffic. There we go. Now we've got some progress here in Pacific Wharf proper. They have put walls up around the far right section of Cocina Cucamonga. Hi guys. The restaurant obviously is still open, but this is the area where they're going to be putting in the new beer service. Now, based on what I've seen on the concept art, if I'm seeing it correctly, it's not just going to take over that far right section, but they're also going to bring it out a little bit. They're going to extend it. Probably won't take long to do that. I think it's just, an easy addition. Put up 4 walls, some drywall, and a little food service capability, or just beer service capability, and that's it. All they're doing here is serving beer, so this shouldn't take long. Looking forward to seeing how that looks when they're done. In the meantime, the Karl Strauss truck is still here. You've seen the concept art by now. That was part of what they released. That's the same concept art that I got my eyes on a little while back. But some people were confused about where this, where that Baymax concept art was located. It is right here. Some thought it might be over there, but it is over here. That door, right behind. That's it, right there. Baymax is going to come out of backstage right there and meet guests. Sans Pacific Wharf Brewing Company truck. I'm gonna head into Paradise Garden really quick because Paradise Garden Grill, one of my favorite places to eat, is not open. I don't know why. I want to report on that because it makes me sad. I love Paradise Garden. They've got the best food here, always changing things up seasonally. They just got done with the Lunar New Year menu. My understanding is it's going to be closed until March, when they'll reopen again in March for food and wine. But there's nothing major happening here, nothing changing, in terms of the way it's set up or anything like that. Just a standard menu change. At least that's what I've been hearing. So if you're looking to dine at Paradise Garden, you're gonna have to wait till March. Leaving Paradise Garden, you can see that there is a whole ton of construction walls up around Silly Symphony Swings. It is down or has been down actually for a little bit and will be for a little while longer. An extended refurb. There, you can see the swings are gone. They take them down. This is something that they do fairly regularly, but it's going to be down for the foreseeable future, as far into the calendar as we can see, April 5th as of this recording. So at least that long. As we make our way out of DCA, I happen to notice, I didn't even realize Lunar New Year is over, and they're getting ready for Food and Wine Festival, which is happening very soon, as I just mentioned regarding Paradise Garden Grill. This is the California Craft Brews kiosk, and I noticed this looks new, the IPA sausage dog. That is on the short list of things that I would like to get. Oh, here we go. Soft pretzel roll with onion, pepper, jardiniere, cheddar cheese sauce, and malt vinegar with some onion crunch. Okay, don't mind if I do. That sounds amazing. I love anything with pretzel in it, man. So it looks like they've got just a few of the kiosks set up. I saw a couple on the way in on Harbor Boulevard. You can see them, they staged them on that street where you used to enter the park when you was to park here. So there's just a couple of the kiosks up so far. I'll check and see if we can't find any more on the way out of here. Like Peppers Caliente over here by Grizzly Peak. I do love peppers and spicy food. Chili relleno empanada. Camarones a la diabla, which is spicy shrimp with California chili. And a Cantorito style paloma. I don't know what either of those words are. By the way, while we're here, Grizzly River Run is still closed. Has been for a little while, just like Silly Symphony. Look at the condition of that wheel. Does it? I remember reading somewhere that they might be refurbishing that. It does certainly look like it needs some care, but I mean, it should be rusty. It's a water wheel, but I don't know if that looks just like it was before. I have to do it before and after, but obviously, no water anywhere to be found, no rafts anywhere, but it will be open soon. March 16th. It'll be reopened on March 16th. That's about 3 weeks from now, I believe, if my math is correct. So just in time for a little bit of a warmer weather during the spring season. And actually, all this talk about food, Paradise Garden Grill, and the Food and Wine Festival has made me starving. I can't go to Food and Wine yet. Can't go to Paradise Garden Grill, but I am going to go to Pacific Wharf real quick for a stop at Lucky Fortune Cookery. I'm going to have my last meal there, possibly. I shouldn't say last meal at Lucky Fortune, but last meal with the current menu. I don't know if they're going to change it or not, but let's try something different. Something I never had before. Some kind of nachos. Pork wonton nachos. That's it's got like hoisin glaze on there, some cheese sauce, some looks like pickled cabbage and jalapenos. Well, I was not expecting to enjoy that, but that was really good. I really enjoyed that, guys. A pleasant surprise. Usually when they try to nacho things, it doesn't go very well, but that was pretty good. Spicy and crunchy and flavorful, and there's protein and cheese, and that was really good. And the black milk tea was actually quite nice also. I don't normally go for that kind of thing, but it was perfect with the nachos, the pork wonton nachos. So as for the show, we are done with DCA. Oh my, it's busy out here on a random Wednesday. Okay, before we head over to Disneyland to wrap up the show, let's take a trip down to Downtown Disney, where there's some interesting things happening in Downtown Disney proper and at the Disneyland Resort hotels. We'll start at Earl's Sandwich, where when this location originally opened up, we talked about how we thought it was just going to be the sandwich shop, taking over the cafeteria style service. I forgot completely that they had planned to do a sit-down portion of this, something completely new for Earl's Sandwich as far as it is concerned here at Downtown Disney. They are going to have table service using that extended seating area that was empty when we first reported. The Earl of Sandwich tavern, restaurant, and bar. And just hearing that out loud, I cannot, I just think of this place as just serving sandwiches, and that's it. But apparently it's going to be a sit-down table service restaurant and bar. I have to think that this was always part of the plan, that when they were going to bring back Earl's Sandwich as part of the new and improved Downtown Disney, that they were always going to bring it back as a tavern and bar, or tavern, restaurant, and bar. And that's what's going to wind up. I didn't think that just plain old Earl's Sandwich was enough to exist in that new space where there's nothing but dirt right now. But if they turn it into something that's kind of, semi-fancy, perhaps, I don't know. Can you make an Earl's Sandwich semi-fancy even? I don't think so, but there it is, guys. If we're going to get something formal here, and then probably also down the line when they reopen it in its proper location at the other end of Downtown Disney. Back at the home store, and work has continued. They are furthering their efforts to convert this home store into something entirely different. And the thing that we're going to observe right now is that they've installed a door. There's a door, and I don't know if that floor is new, if there's a new floor there, but there is a door right there at the same level as the outdoor seating area for Gathercole. I don't imagine that door existed before. I don't imagine that they even needed a door to go to Gathercole from the upper level of the home store previously. So I think there's a very good chance that that's exactly what we're looking for. The question that I have now is whether or not this new entrance to whatever Gathercole winds up being, I forget the name of the restaurant, if it includes the space previously occupied by the Wonderground Gallery, are they going to do all of this? Is all of this going to become the new entry to the restaurant formerly known as Gathercole? Here's our look from the actual front of the location. You can see again, there it is. There's the door handle and the door itself. That's definitely going to be something permanent, I have to guess. So how do you get up there? Are they going to build maybe just an elevator right there, and then guests exit the elevator and go through the door and make their way into, the restaurant proper? And then over here, perhaps a lower level bar, maybe? I can imagine that being gold. They certainly have gutted that, haven't they? That is completely stripped in there. However, it looks, if I'm not mistaken, it's hard to see with the naked eye right now, but I don't know if maybe we can see it in post. Is the Wonderground sign still up there? I'm looking right into the sun right now, so there's a lot of glare on the lens, but with my naked eye now, I can make out ground still up there on the wall. So that still gives us hope. And the fact that Wonderground still exists as a place, you can still go to the Wonderground Gallery at the old ESPN zone. The fact that it still exists does suggest that there's a future for the Wonderground Gallery. Where that is, I'm not sure. I think we discussed this in a previous episode, but if they were just going to gut and get rid of the Wonderground Gallery, they would not have gave it a temporary location at ESPN zone. So there is still a very reasonable chance that it's going to return right here. Looks like they're doing quite a bit of, I would assume, concrete work, flooring work here in front of the, the Adventure Tower. And also the Fantasy Tower. You've got to negotiate these scrims and fences a little bit to get where you're going back here. And we can still see the current progress of the DVC tower being constructed here at the Disneyland Resort, or in the Disneyland Hotel space. I came here not because I wanted to see these scrims, but because they have released some new concept art images from inside the room. I mean, the room looks great, but can we talk about this villa? This is the living room. Incredible. I'm sorry, no, this is incredible. That is a pool-facing view. That's a large picture window in some kind of living room situation, looking out over the pool area and the rest of the resort, including a fireplace. I don't know, I mean, I don't travel a lot. I don't see a lot of fancy hotels, so I can't speak to how common that is, but I'm pretty sure that's a fireplace, and I don't think I've seen those very often in a hotel. Plus, just look at the size of that. That's like a Vegas luxury suite, man. That thing is enormous. That's at least 2 floors of space up there in that vaulted ceiling. Or how about we take it outside? We take the lounge area outside, couches, etc., and another fireplace, but out on the deck, outside of the suite. Right? Am I seeing that right? Spectacular, just spectacular. And you know, Disney is definitely they're going fishing for some whales with this new resort, and that's been Disney's modus operandi for a little while now. They're on the hunt for big game. They want people in the parks that spend a ton of dough, and they're trying to encourage them with this DVC suite. My only question is, where are those folks going to eat? Because there's no Steakhouse 55. I suppose you could go to Tangaroa Terrace right here, but the menu there is, you know, I mean, if you're spending thousands of dollars a night on a hotel, I'm not sure if I want to have dinner at Tangaroa Terrace. You can go in the park, sure. And then what? Goopy's Kitchen? So they need to figure out that situation here. I suppose they could be building a restaurant inside the DVC tower, but well, I mean, really, what about the rest of the hotels here? The other 3 towers, they need a nice place to eat too. I'm trying to imagine where those suites would be in this hotel as we look at it from its front-facing side. And I have to think it's this left side, you know, the left third right here, right about where those constructionizers are working as we speak. That looks like one giant, you know, terrace right there and another one right there. They are different looking, different in appearance than the rest of the floors. I think there's probably just 2 of these, maybe even just 1 of that concept art. God, I wonder what the nightly rate is for that room, for that villa. Speaking of Steakhouse 55, they have taken down the walls and revealed that, you know, you can sit there now. They're not really doing much in the way of food service. Just, I mean, what I assume just looks like a bar. They're not letting you access any of that back area back there, the actual dining area. So I think you can get some bar service here, but that's about it. As for its future, you know, especially with respect to the conversation we were just having about where people are going to eat, I don't think this is going to return as a dining location. It's just too small. It's too small. It doesn't, you know, I've only been there once, but I remember it feeling very, you know, not a lot of tables. And from what it was explained to me by somebody else who was talking about it with, some of those tables were right next to the kitchen. And we see the same kind of thing is happening over at Catal. Well, not the same thing, but it's not suitable for the whale type guests that they're trying to attract. Over at the Pixar Place, the future Pixar Place Hotel, we're still waiting for paint on the back side. You know, the front side I believe is nearly finished. Oh, nearly finished. The white columns are complete on these near 2. Still working on the columns for the far 3 over there. My goodness. Paradise Pier Hotel, new magic coming soon, you don't say. So that's, I mean, it's the same here. This tower also is waiting for this column to be finished, but most of the white detail is done. No change on the interiors of Paradise Pier Hotel, soon to be Pixar Pier Hotel. Still just a dead end here into what was the old lobby. Lobby is still in the Pacific Ballroom D. You can find, though, a display of one of the original dolphins from King Triton's Carousel, which does not exist anymore. So they have kept, well, at least this one. It's kind of neat. Won't be here for long though, because this is not going to be Paradise Pier Hotel for much longer. So still definitely working on the interiors. It's going to be a little while before we see that finished, but I have heard that they have opened up a few more of the rooms inside the hotel. Some that they were, I don't know if they were just refurbishing them or they were closed because of the construction work, but more of the rooms are now available to book. Why anybody would want to book here, I don't know. There's got to be, it's not like it's closed. You're not even on property. I don't know why. I wouldn't recommend staying here right now. I just wouldn't. It's not at all worth the money.
And so it's all about that like time period where you kind of see what makes it ingredient. There's Paradise Pier Hotel.
Used to there being a bill on this hat has no bill.
And it has begun. Walls are up at the French Market. We won't be able to dine there for 6 to 8 months. And there's the view that we're going to be getting very soon. this taken from right around the stage. This concept art is from right around where the stage is. And it looks like, okay, so they have the same area where people can drop off their trays when they're done eating. The temporary mobile order station is gone here. Mint Julep Bar looks about like it normally does here in that image, so we're not going to see any changes there. And then Tiana, obviously, on the balcony of Club 33. It doesn't look like they're going to do anything. The railings look about as they were. Most of the design features will remain intact. They're just going to drop Tiana's Palace, you know, the signage here, and then add this stuff on the rooftop. Let's talk about the scope of the walls there at French Market. From here on Tom Sawyer's Island, you can see that they extend all the way up to the perfumery on the left, which fully encompasses the entrance to French Market and the seating area and the planter and everything else up to the planters, you know, the forward planters here. So it's not just the seating area that's getting updated. It looks like it's going to include probably the exterior seating area, those tables that they set up out in front of the place, and the planter. And it does look like it's also extending out beyond those trees, but not into the walkway, which is good, which means they're not going to be updating the walkway at all. In terms of, you know, the walkway that takes you back into Royal Street and, you know, to the Disneyland train station. That was a concern. It's very narrow back there, and I would hate to see them extend French Market any more into that space. Not that I thought they would, but it's just a relief to be sure that they're not. Look at that, we're actually getting an early peek at what's happening over the walls from the Disneyland train station. This view probably will not last, but we can see they've already taken down the awning out there. That's going to get lifted up, and those wires will extend up to the top of that balcony. They removed all the tables and chairs. Looks like they're, what are those? Oh, those are construction walls that are on that dolly right there, where those two cast are talking right now. Those are more of these blue construction walls. Yep, they're getting ready to start cooking soon at Tiana's Palace. Till then, I guess we're supposed to visit the Hungry Bear. Or you can go over there to the Harbor Galley. Active work here at Toontown.
Fresh baked.
Was not expecting to see that while we're waiting in the queue for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I'm sharing this. They are actually actively building that little play area, that new play area back where the old picnic area used to be. Are those goofy lights or are those just regular lights? I can't tell. But you can hear it too. I don't know if you can hear it through here, but I can hear it. Let's see if the view's any better from City Hall. You can see the construction workers there through that tree. Oh man, they are fast at work trying to get this thing done. I bet you they're working around the clock, man. Oh, there's a lift. Oh my God, are they still moving dirt? No, okay, so that's not a dirt mover. That's some kind of forklift thing. Well, that would have been... That would have been very surprising if they were still moving dirt back there. By the way, I should also mention that tree right there. That's the tree that's in the concept art. I thought they were going to build a fake tree with the, you know, with the roots going through the ground, the fake grass. I thought the tree was going to be fake as well. No, I'm pretty sure that is the tree that's being depicted in that concept art. Now the roots that you'll see on the ground are probably going to be fake, but the tree itself looks very real to me.